Hey guys, I'm back with another wedding related video. This video is going to be about how I handmade my save the dates. I am DIYing all my save the dates and invitations to save me some money, and they're turning out really cute, so stay tuned for how I made them. My nephew's playing on the floor over there, so if you hear a baby, that's who that is. So anyways, these are what the save the dates look like. They go really well with our rustic shabby chic look, and as well as our colors, the blue. So I hand stamped these, which I'll go over in a little bit. Our date on the bottom there, and then when you open it, has a really cute feature. But the knot actually ties, and then again it has all the information on the inside and then another hand stamp on the back. So let's get down to it. Alright, I'm going to explain all the supplies that I used to make the save the dates. I picked these up at Michael's, and it's a card and envelope set, and so I got 50 of them. For the price was $6.99, but they were on half price. So you know, $3.50 to make 50 save the dates is a super good deal. You'll need a hole punch, and I did get the one with, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It's a smaller opening than your typical hole punch. I found this jute rope in the dollar spot at Target. So this whole thing was $1. I think I picked up like 10 of them. What else did I get at the dollar spot? The stamps. Just the letters, these were $3, so not bad. You can see I've used a bunch of them. Mounting squares or some kind of double-sided tape you'll need, and I have 2 colors of ink, a black and a blue, which I also picked up at Michael's. And then I picked up 3 different stamps. So this is the stamp that you saw featured on the back of the save the date. Cute little definition of love. This stamp is in one of the corners, and I actually use this for my invitations as well, which you'll see in a different video. And then this pretty flower one. So I'm going to start by showing you how I stamped the front of it to make it look like this. So you're just going to take your envelope, and they do come pre-scored, I guess you would say. And so we're just going to fold the card on that line. I like to make sure it all lines up. And now we're going to work on the stamping of the front part. I like to stamp on a paper towel so my rubber cutting mat doesn't get all full of ink. So first we're going to do the little swirly stamp up in the corner, and I chose my blue, but again you could do the colors of your wedding. And so you can see I'm not going to be using this full stamp. I'm basically going to be just using this quarter of it, so the corner. I like to turn my stamp around this way and take my ink pad and put ink on it this way. So again, just on this corner. And then I'm just going to line it up and give it a good push down. And voila, there's my corner stamp. And now we're going to do the flower in that same blue color. So the words save the date and then the actual date down at the bottom I did in black ink. So I've got my black ink, and I've got each individual letter kind of lined up in the order up there. I want to make sure your letters are going the right way. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want them. I was putting the word save above here, the kind of in the middle of the stamps like this, and then date down at the bottom, and then the actual date itself down at the very bottom. What I learned when you're stamping letters is to not push too hard, because then, like you can see down here at the bottom, I was getting the edges of the stamp. So you just want to lightly push, and you'll get them to work a little bit better that way. And there is that finished product. I think it turned out really cute. Like I said, the cool thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, all of them are a little bit different. This might not be the save the date option for you if you're a big perfectionist, but I think they're cute and they kind of go with our rustic, shabby chic look. So the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open this so none of that ink smears, but I'm going to do the stamp on the back, and then at the bottom we put L&T for Lauren and Teddy, kind of a cute little detail on the back. So I'm going to do that stamp in the blue color. Alright, so I'm just going to let this ink dry and I'll tell you how I did the inside. So to make these fonts and print them out, I use the website called PicMonkey, which I'll link below. And it's a great site because they have tons of fun, cute fonts like you can see. And I decided to be a little bit whimsical and kind of mix up all the fonts. And they've got these great designs for the corners, so I did that, added some arrows, some different lines as you can see. So go ahead and go onto that website and kind of experiment around. And I was lucky enough that my printer was able to print on this thicker cardstock. It's actually, I'll show you here, it's just a piece of scrapbook paper. And so it's like a big 12 by 12 piece, and I just cut it down. And I'll put the dimensions in the description box below as well so you can get the nice fit, because I like that we kind of backed it in the blue color and we've got kind of a cream color for the writing to be on. So I'll put all those measurements and everything down in the description box below. So you can see I already have my two inserts that I'm going to be gluing onto the page here with all of our information for our save the dates. And I did go ahead and back them on the blue paper. Again, look below for those measurements. And all I'm going to be doing now is taking these mounting squares, or you can use any type of double-sided tape. I do recommend tape versus glue, because glue you can kind of get that bubbly look to it, and this tape completely lies flat and sticks really well. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. And so to line all of these up, I just used my naked eye. I don't find it necessary to measure, but yeah, just make sure it's all even and stick it on like that, and the same for the other side. And there you go, the inside of the card is done, the front and the back with your stamping is done. Now all we're gonna need to do is put a hole punch and tie in that jute or that twine that is going to tie the knot when they open up that card and give it that really fun detail. So when I go in to punch the hole, I want to make sure I'm not cutting off any words on the inside and kind of making sure it doesn't cut off anything important on the outside. So what I do is kind of give it a good push, a good squeeze, so you can see where the dot is going to be. I don't know if you can catch that on the camera, but not punching through all the way. And then I'm going to open it up, and it's good to go. So I'm just going to punch through. I discovered that punching through all of these layers doesn't really work, so I'm going to do one side at a time, if that makes sense. Alright, and then I'm going to close it and line it up, and then just punch through the rest of the paper there. Just going to make sure I line it all up so I'm not making that front hole bigger. And there we go. So then I'm going to take the twine here, and I'm going to put it through from the inside cover to here, and I'm going to tie a knot. Just one knot works for the size of these holes, and that's why you don't want to get an average size hole punch. You can see mine is a lot smaller because just one knot won't go through, because these will be going into envelopes. So I'm just going to cut off the excess there and pull it through like that. So it'll be a cute little knot like that. And then what I did is actually took the twine and I, without cutting it completely off, is I just started to make my knot like this. And then I just discovered how much I needed to make that knot tie. So I didn't make it tie completely tight, but just like this. I don't know if you can see that. But what I'm gonna do is cut off just a little bit extra so I have room to tie the knot on the other side. And again, I just started the knot, but didn't pull it completely tight. I didn't commit to the knot, I guess you could say, because I needed to know kind of where to place it. And so when I have it open like this, I think that is perfect where it is. If you can see that. So then what I'm going to do is make it tight in the back. And then just cut off the extra. And there you go. Now when you want to put these in the envelopes and seal them all up, you're going to want to loosen this knot again so they get the effect when they open it themselves. So again, just loosen it all the way and kind of tuck it in to the envelope like that. So then when your guests open it for themselves, then they're going to get that knot tying. Well guys, there you have it, how to hand make your very own save the dates. These things are super cost effective and they don't actually even take that much time. This would be a great activity to get your bridal party, your mother, your maid of honor, all of your close family and friends, and kind of do an assembly line. This would go super fast. I'm hand making these all myself, but I'm started about a year early, so I'm kind of just doing them gradually as I go. Now again, the pack does come with envelopes. You can hand address these, you can hire a calligrapher to do it, but for me, I actually am printing the addresses on here. These go right into my printer, and I figured out all the measurements and everything, and it prints perfectly, so I don't even have to handwrite anything. And yeah, I think these are really cute. Again, there's the effect. Please give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.